There is a fundamental truth that governs your reality. What you assume to be true becomes your experience. Neville Goddard taught that assumption is the foundation of all creation. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you believe to be true about yourself and your world. Every event in your life, every success or failure, can be traced back to the assumptions you hold, whether consciously or unconsciously. If you assume yourself to be successful, you will act, think, and move as a successful person, and the world will reflect that back to you. If you assume struggle, you will unknowingly make choices that confirm that assumption. Most people believe they must wait for circumstances to change before they can step into the life they want. But what if I told you that the world does not change first? Your assumption does. The moment you shift your inner state, reality begins to rearrange itself to match. Those who achieve great things do not wait for proof before believing. They assume success before the world recognizes it. They act, speak, and think from the reality they have already claimed. If you assume yourself to be unworthy, life will confirm it. If you assume yourself to be capable, opportunities will arise effortlessly. Your assumptions create the framework for your experience. Reality is not something that happens to you. It is something shaped by you. Everything you experience is a reflection of your consciousness. If you believe in struggle, struggle will appear. If you assume success, opportunities will unfold naturally. Your state of mind determines the world you see. The subconscious does not question. It simply manifests whatever is impressed upon it. If you constantly think in terms of lack, your subconscious will ensure that lack remains your reality. If you assume abundance, your subconscious works to confirm that assumption. This is not about faking it. It's about shifting your internal state to match the life you desire. Instead of waiting for proof, start thinking, feeling, and acting as though your goal is already achieved. When you align with this state, your external world must follow. Thought alone does not create. Feeling is the true key to manifestation. You do not attract what you merely think about. You attract what you deeply feel as real. If you emotionally dwell in fear or doubt, you will see more of it reflected in your life. But if you consistently feel yourself as already successful, loved, or abundant, your reality must shift to match that state. Your subconscious is influenced by emotion, not empty words. Saying, "I am wealthy," while feeling lack will only reinforce scarcity. But the person who feels financially secure, even before the evidence appears, will naturally draw wealth to them. Most people believe they must become something before they can have it. But the truth is the opposite. You must first assume that you already are. Your external world is always catching up to your internal state. If you wait for proof before believing, you will remain in a cycle of waiting. But if you adopt the mindset of someone who already has their desire, the world will adjust to match your assumption. Living from the end means no longer identifying as someone wanting success, love, or abundance, but as someone who already possesses it. Ask yourself, if my desire were fulfilled, how would I think, speak, and act? Would I still doubt? Or would I move with confidence? Would I still search for signs? Or would I trust the process? Shift your focus away from waiting and into being. Move through life as though your goal is already a reality, and reality will reorganize itself accordingly. Before sleep, Enter a relaxed state and mentally replay a scene that implies your wish is fulfilled. Feel the satisfaction, the gratitude, the certainty that it is done. Your subconscious will accept this as truth and begin shaping your world to match. Everything you experience was once imagined, by you or by someone else. Imagination is not daydreaming. It is the blueprint of reality. If you want to change your life, you must first change what you consistently see in your mind. The world does not create your imagination. Your imagination creates the world. Many believe their circumstances define what they can achieve, but your external world is simply a projection of the images and emotions you hold within. A person who constantly imagines failure will unknowingly create situations that confirm it, but one who persistently sees themselves thriving will naturally draw success. The difference is not in luck, it is in mental discipline. Every night, before sleep, close your eyes and construct a short mental scene where your desire is already fulfilled. See it, hear it, feel it, as if it were real. Repeat this scene until it becomes natural. Your subconscious does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences. It simply accepts what is impressed upon it. What you consistently imagine with conviction will harden into fact. The greatest mistake people make is believing they must force their desires into existence. But creation does not come through struggle. It comes through alignment. What is truly yours flows effortlessly when you stop resisting. Desperation pushes your desire further away. The more you chase, the more you affirm that it is missing. Instead, shift into the state of already having. A person who knows their wish is fulfilled does not grasp or beg. They simply allow. Ask yourself, am I acting from faith or fear? Do I trust that my desire is already unfolding? Am I open to receiving, or am I blocking it with doubt? Be still and know. Psalm 46:10. This is not about passivity. It is about certainty. Just as a seed does not question whether it will grow, you must trust that your assumption is taking shape, even if you cannot yet see it. Let go of control, and life will meet you halfway. Think about two people walking into the same room. One radiates confidence, the other is filled with doubt. The confident one is greeted warmly, opportunities arise naturally, and conversations flow. The doubtful one feels invisible, struggles to connect, and sees rejection everywhere. The difference is not in the room. It's in the way each person sees themselves. Your external world is not separate from you. It is a response to your internal state. Many believe that if only their circumstances would change, they could finally be happy, successful, or at peace. But circumstances are not the cause. They are the effect. Trying to force external change without shifting your internal state is like adjusting a reflection in a mirror, rather than changing the image producing it. This is why some people remain trapped in cycles of lack and frustration. They react to the world as if it is dictating their reality, not realizing that their assumptions, beliefs, and emotions are creating the very conditions they struggle against. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "What am I assuming to be true?" If your life is filled with struggle, have you accepted struggle as a natural state? If you constantly experience rejection, do you expect it on some level? Transformation begins with awareness. Once you recognize the beliefs shaping your reality, you can replace them with new ones. If you want wealth, Assume yourself to be wealthy. If you desire love, embody the feeling of being loved now. Your consciousness sets the stage for everything that unfolds. When you shift internally, your external world must adjust, not through effort, but because reality always reflects who you are being. A sculptor does not stop carving because the final form is not yet visible. A musician does not abandon a song after the first note. Likewise, if you desire real transformation, you must persist, regardless of what the world seems to show you. The greatest mistake people make is assuming their desire, then doubting when immediate results don't appear. They look to external circumstances for proof, and when none is found, they waver, allowing the old reality to reassert itself. But reality is always lagging behind consciousness. Just as a planted seed takes time to grow, your assumptions take time to manifest. If you persist in the feeling of already having your desire, it must take shape. The only way to fail is to give up. When circumstances contradict your new assumption, see them as remnants of old beliefs, not as proof that change isn't happening. Imagine a train changing tracks. It doesn't instantly arrive at its new destination, but its course is already set. If you assume yourself to be wealthy, yet face a financial setback, do not panic. If you assume love, yet face rejection, do not retreat into old fears. Hold your state. Reality is adjusting. Allow it to catch up. To persist means to embody your new reality fully, not just in thought, but in feeling, action, and expectation. The question is not when your desire will manifest, but whether you are truly living as if it already has. Speak with the confidence of someone who knows they are successful. Move through life as someone who is already loved and cherished. Act in alignment with the reality you have claimed. No matter how much effort you put into changing your life, you will never rise above the identity you hold of yourself. Your self-concept determines everything: what you attract, what you allow, and what you unconsciously reject. Many people long for success, love, or abundance, but deep inside, they feel unworthy of it. They wait for external validation to confirm their worthiness, never realizing that life only ever reflects what they assume to be true about themselves. If you see yourself as lacking, the world will mirror that lack. If you see yourself as unworthy of love, you will unconsciously push love away. But if you assume yourself to be deserving, opportunities, relationships, and success will naturally align with that assumption. Instead of chasing, embody the identity of the person who already has what you desire. Let your thoughts, emotions, and actions reflect that reality. To the one who has, more will be given. Matthew 13-12. This passage does not speak of material possessions. It speaks of consciousness. The person who assumes themselves to be wealthy, loved, or successful will continue to receive more of the same. The one who identifies with lack will see their struggles multiply. You are not small. You are not limited. The only thing keeping you from the life you desire is the belief that it is beyond you. Most people take action from a place of uncertainty, pushing, chasing, and forcing, hoping that their efforts will eventually bring them what they desire. But action taken from a state of lack only reinforces lack. True creation does not come from struggle. It comes from certainty. When you know something is already yours, your actions flow naturally. You do not rush. You do not second guess. You act with quiet confidence, just as someone who already possesses wealth, love, or success moves differently than one who is still hoping for it. The person who knows they are loved does not seek constant reassurance. The person who knows they are successful does not hesitate with doubt. The person who knows their desires are unfolding does not force results. When you fully assume the state of already having, your actions become effortless expressions of that reality. Inspired action is different from forced action. It is not driven by anxiety, but by alignment. It is the right idea at the right moment, the effortless opportunity that appears just when it's needed. If action feels exhausting, stop and reassess. Am I acting from trust, or am I acting from fear? The more you trust that your desire is already unfolding, the less you will feel the need to force things into place. Most people live as if miracles are rare, extraordinary events, something that happens to the fortunate few. But miracles are not exceptions to the rule. They are the natural result of a mind aligned with certainty. Your life is not shaped by chance. It is shaped by what you believe to be true. When you shift from hoping for a miracle to knowing it is inevitable, you step into a state where the impossible becomes ordinary. The world does not determine your reality. You do. Everything you experience is an outpicturing of your internal state. If you live in a mindset of lack, you will see obstacles everywhere. If you assume abundance, opportunities will appear naturally. Most people wait for evidence before they believe, but belief is what brings the evidence. When you accept that your desires are already unfolding, you no longer question whether they will arrive. You simply make space for them to appear. If you knew your wish was already granted, how would you move through life? Would you still worry? Would you still hesitate? Or would you live with the quiet confidence of someone who has already received? Instead of waiting for a sign, act as though the miracle has already occurred. Shift your posture, your thoughts, your emotions to match the version of yourself who knows. When you do this, external reality has no choice but to align. Miracles are not given to the deserving. They do not appear by luck. They are claimed by those who assume them as reality. You are not separate from what you seek. The moment you stop hoping and start knowing, life will meet you at the level of your expectation. If this message spoke to you, let us know in the comments with the declaration, "I choose to live in the certainty of miracles." Share this message with those who need encouragement, and don't forget to like and subscribe to stay connected to more insights on faith, manifestation, and spiritual wisdom. May you walk in unwavering confidence, knowing that your desires are already yours.